But even as we consider this phrase today, as we look around the church and as we look around various people, there is something that we need to actually address. Because there are people, there are Christians who think that since we already are Christians, since we already have Jesus Christ in our heart, in our life, since already we have salvation in hand, there is no need to continue to seek for God. There is this sense of complacency, I believe. Maybe the COVID years, which is actually way behind us already, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe the COVID years have sort of reinforced or brought this complacency to the surface. But the pursuit of God is actually a lifelong pursuit. In fact, those of us who have found God must continue to press on so that we lay hold more of Him. Just like the phrase that we have read just now, the words of Paul. Paul wasn't a young man when he wrote those phrases. Paul wasn't so much like, successful in the prime of life. It wasn't like that. He was in prison. He was in his senior years, and yet he wrote this word to the Philippians. He said, I do not consider having reached it yet. I do not consider myself, but I press on towards the goal of knowing Jesus Christ. Sometimes those of us who are senior will say, cukup lah, relax lah. Now we are in that season where we are either retired or we are semi-retired. So what we do, if we have grandchildren, we go and visit them, we go and play with them, yeah. And incidentally, I'm already a dato. My daughter gave birth to a son, my grandson Andrew Chung, about 8 months old now. And sometimes we think, that at certain season in our life, we just sit back. And if we don't have too many grandchildren, then we look into the internet and see which country we want to visit lah. January, February, go to another place, March, go to another place. We can plan. Sometimes we think like that.